Hello. So yet again, another random, spontaneous video. No idea what I'm going to talk about. Just having a coffee again, and just thought I'd click record and see what comes out, see what happens. I don't just drink coffee all the time, by the way, although I'll probably have sort of 2 or 3 a day. But it just so happens I tend to have a coffee when these videos are happening. So yeah, just talking about this existence, this being or aliveness. But there's something here before thoughts. There's something here before imagination or ideas. It's that isness. Yeah, that being. Like a feeling of energy. There's something here. And that's what I'm referring to. So the videos are classed as non-duality category, but that is just a word used to search for people talking about this. So the two things that I tend to talk about a lot are this. So there seems to have been a realization here through glimpses or awakenings, whatever you want to call it, that this is timeless, spaceless. It's just always here. It's always been here. And nobody knows what it is. There'd be loads of people that will tell you what it is. There's loads of videos on YouTube, people claiming to know what this is, or giving you advice or techniques of how you can improve your life. But the message here is that there is no you, there is no self, there's no doer, there's no little me character inside the body or the brain, controlling life, making choices. There's no one that has a life. So that story of your life, with its past events, circumstances, troubles and triumphs, and with its projected, imagined future, the message here, or the sharing here, is that that is completely imagined, illusory. It doesn't exist, it's not there. And if you, not that you can do it, but if you do try to look for that self, that imagined me character, or indeed try to look for the story of your life, you will not find it. So in direct seeing, you cannot find any story or any character, whether that's yourself or another self. So the message here is there is no you, there's no me, there's no them, there's no others, and there's no one running this show, whatever this is. So it is a mystery. But then it's only a mystery to you. It's not really a mystery, it just is. So there's no one doing anything. Although it seems that way, this wholeness, this oneness or being is doing it all. And I know there's lots of people that will watch this video and think that's insane or crazy or unbelievable or stupid. And that's okay, because that's just what's happening there. You know, the message here is there's nothing right or wrong with anything, because there's no one running the show. No one's to blame. It's all innocent, and it flows and happens by itself, without you, them, without me. And it's really, really, if there's a clear seeing, it's really like ridiculously clear and obvious. Like ridiculously obvious, you know, in direct seeing with your senses, there's nothing actually happening. And I've mentioned it on other videos that, you know, I've searched for truth in the story. And again, this is just the story that's appearing now in this. I've searched for truth, you know, down all the religious paths and traditions, conspiracy theories. I needed to know what this was. I needed to know some truth or what this is. And for some reason, for whatever reason, in some bodies, that self, that me character can dissolve, or seem to. Because if that does happen, it's a clear realization that the self it's never been there. It's just completely imagined. It's only a thought that arises now in this. So your entire life story is a thought. It's an imagination that appears now in this. This is timeless and eternal. There's only ever this. There's no before this, and there's no next. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's ridiculously simple and obvious that there's no past or future. It's just this. And it's so much liberation and freedom when it can be seen clearly, because it's the relief and freedom from the mental noise and the mental mess and suffering of that imaginary self. So, you know, before when I said you might watch this message and think that what's being expressed here is insane. And that's okay, you know, it's fully respect. There's respect for that, you know, because if you are identified with that me character and you really feel like energetically that you've done things and you've got a life, and it can feel so real through that persistent thought and persistent imagination. But when this is seen clearly, it's undeniable that this message or what's being shared is completely sane. It's obvious, there's only this. So all that's being shared here is the simplicity of what is. So there's no radical beliefs or suggestions or practices or teachings on offer here. All that's being shared here is the reality, simplicity, obviousness of what is. It's undeniable that this is as it is. And it's undeniable that there is no past or future, because they are just imagined thoughts that arise now in this. But they're not your thoughts or feelings. So any feelings that arise, they've got nothing to do with you.
Sorry about that, I had to cut that video short. I had a knock at the door, and I needed to get to the office, so I'm just walking to the office. But yeah, I was talking about the simplicity of what is, and that's all that's being shared here, that there is only this, and it's ridiculously simple, and it's undeniable that there's no past or future, because they are just thoughts or an imagination appearing now in this. And I was talking about how this message can come across as insane or stupid or ridiculous, but on the flip side to that, this message here now is undeniable that it's complete sanity, because it's the ordinariness, obviousness, simplicity of what is. You can't deny what is. That's all that's being shared, just this isness, this aliveness and being that's here. If anything, being identified with an imaginary self is insane. And I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong with that, you know, in the story here, and again, this is just a story appearing now in this, but in the story here, I was completely identified with an imaginary self for decades, struggling, and it's insane. It's hard work, it's stressful, it's a struggle. Even if you feel like you achieve something, it's just what's next. What now? I need something else. It's just like a sick seeking parasite. But again, I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong with it. I'm just saying that if for some reason, some bodies, it can be seen through that the self is imagined, and it's pure freedom, total liberation. And I've mentioned it before, it's not the end of suffering, because these human bodies seem to suffer both with physical pain, mental pain. But it's an okayness with whatever arises. Someone put on one of the comments, it's like being bulletproof, and it is. It's really difficult to get triggered or be pulled into any mental anxiety, stress or depression or anything really, because there's no me to grasp onto any mental thoughts that arise. It's just seeing clearly that the thoughts are just nothing. They're just an appearance or phenomena that pop up now in this, and then they're gone, and it's just this, brand new, always just brand new, this inescapable magical aliveness. And it's a joke when it's seen, because it's always been this way. There's never been a self. So yeah, I just wanted to finish that video off really, because I didn't get a chance to finish it. But once again, thank you for all the comments, emails and phone calls. It's much appreciated. And yeah, again, I don't even know why the videos are happening, because it's seen clearly that there's no me and there's no you, there's no advice on offer. So I'm not trying to try and help people see this. I mean, I would love for humanity to see this realization, but it is what it is. This is just what wholeness is doing, and as I said, there's nothing right or wrong with it, but it just seems that having been identified with that me character here for so long and struggled, and now having a realization that there is no self and there never has been, the liberation it just seems to be worth talking about. But yeah, thank you for listening.